Okay, everyone, I think we're live here, and I am waiting for Shannon to join us. It worked.
Hi.
Hi, Shannon. Thanks for agreeing to do this video today. And it worked first try. I've been having issues with the Facebook Live, so I've been doing like 3 or 4 tries. So nice work.
Perfect. Yeah.
You're
No,
good
I
at
think
this.
that was your nice work.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. So, and you have your phone horizontal?
I do. Can you
Okay.
see me?
Yeah, I can. I can see you.
Okay.
All good. So, yeah, thanks again for joining today to talk about some of your experience on the whole body reboot. And I know in the past you tried lots of different things and you'd kind of lose a lot of weight and it would always come back, and you felt so frustrated and so stuck, and to the point where you couldn't even walk down the stairs some days. And so I'm really curious to hear from you a little bit more about you know, some of the frustrations that you had before and why you chose to do this detox.
Okay. Well, I've been overweight my whole life, pretty much since I was probably 13 or 14, different degrees, obviously. Once I had both my kids, which is now many years ago, we won't talk about how many. I just felt like I just kept putting weight on and putting weight on and putting weight on, even though I was trying to nutritionally, sort of nip it in the bud and keep my kids healthy as well at the same time. I guess I got to the point where I felt like I just got out of control. So of course, yes, I've tried absolutely everything. I don't know if we need to talk about what, but every single fad diet, every single program that there is. And I would lose, like a fair amount of weight, somewhere between 20 and 40 pounds, depending on the program. But I never found something that I felt was sustainable. And I always, always felt hungry. So I think for me, when I got to the point where I could barely walk down my own stairs and I was dreading showing houses that had stairs, I thought, okay, I got to do something here. And honestly, I mean, I've always been a real big advocate of working out as well as, eating fairly much properly. I've always been, very conscientious about my portions, but I've also gotten to the point where I'm a sabotaged eater too. Like I self-sabotage quite easily when I'm frustrated or stressed or I feel like I'm stuck and I've given up. So, I really just needed, I think I just needed some help, but I needed more help than obviously the program. And you're the one who provided that. So thank you. You got me going on this, and I honestly, this is my second round. So I am day 7 of my second round of this program. And I'm down 4 pounds, which isn't a great, huge loss this time around, but I've had a lot of sort of outside influences. And today is one of those big, super clean days. So my first round, I lost 27 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit freaked out in the beginning because I thought, oh my gosh, this is big. This is huge. And it actually, the first couple of days, it was a little bit difficult because I just wasn't prepared and organized enough that I needed to be. And it's not like you need to be that organized and prepared, but you definitely need to know what you're going to be eating and that you've got it in the house. So for me, that was the important part. So, I did a big shop. I got rid of everything out of my cupboards and cleansed basically my kitchen and my fridge. And then I started cleansing myself. The difficulty I had was in the beginning, I did feel really, really hungry, but I just kept drinking water, and it was hard to introduce a lot of water because you have to drink, like half the ounces of your weight. And that was a big struggle in the beginning. Thank goodness it was summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once I sort of got into that routine, it became really easy. Like it is such an easy program that I don't even know what to say. What I can say is, wow, thank you, because I have no aches and pains whatsoever. Running up and down the stairs is more to the point now.
Really?
It's not a matter of feeling like I'm, barely going to make it up that set of stairs. I had joint pain so bad from inflammation that it was just, and it's interesting because you don't really think about it, I think, in the beginning. And then it sort of gets worse and worse and worse. And it's like, okay, well, this can't be normal. Right. And then once I was clean and, well into my first week of this program, and that's all it took. Like it was 1 week and all of those aches and pains went away.
Yeah.
And I sleep so much better, with the exception of having to get up to pee.
From all the water, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but that's mellowed out, so that's okay.
That's good. You're absorbing it better now.
Yeah.
That's the thing, I just heard that earlier today again too, where people say it's normal, right? But just because it's normal doesn't mean that that's inevitable, that we have to live with being that sore all the time, or having the lack of energy, or just our body not functioning properly. But it is normal. That's what most people are experiencing with age. So we think, it's just age, you got to live with it. That's what we're kind of led to believe.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's not true. I never accepted it either. And people like you and quite a few others in the group have proven that it's not the case. Now you feel great. And just a week. So it wasn't that there was any huge chronic thing wrong with your knees and stuff, as much as that inflammation, right? Which just took a week for your digestion to let go of that when we were eating anti-inflammatory foods and letting it heal.
Exactly. And it's funny because, I didn't really expect that was part of it, because that's not really what my intention was. My intention was to lose the weight. So for me, this is just the better benefit of the two. So now I'm, on this great weight loss that I'm in the second round of, and I just feel better and better every single day and more energy. And I guess the part about like when I first got to the point where I felt so horrible, and feeling stuck and trying to explain that to somebody, I think even trying to explain that to you was a bit of a challenge, where, I'm like what does stuck mean? But, because I was eating properly, I was doing like a Whole30, and I was working out with a trainer. And so I guess really what I was doing is I was just becoming sort of fit and fat, but the inflammation wasn't going away because I think my body was just so riddled with toxins. And I really, really needed to get rid of them. And this definitely does that. No doubt about it.
And you had come a long way, and you did know a lot when we started, and you were eating quite clean. But that's the thing. Like if all those toxins have accumulated and we don't help the body, support the body in letting go of those toxins, it won't. If it's not in a safe environment to let go of them, it's going to hang on, or it will happen, but very slowly over a long period of time. Where in this detox, so when you talk about rounds, we're saying 6 weeks. So in the first round, you did 6 weeks, you lost 27 pounds, and your body was, because we were supporting it, de-stressed and able to remove those abnormal fat stores where those toxins are stored.
Yes.
So it happens.
And what a
really
good
quickly.
feeling that is.
Yay, so you feel good. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, yes, we focus on its weight loss, and it's an exciting goal and everything. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't actually getting people healthier.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of the people I talk to, they do say, yes, I'd like to lose weight, but it's because they want to feel better. They want to live life more. They want to have energy. They just aren't willing to accept that life's just going to be this way now or get worse, right?
That's for sure.
So
now through the second round, so after my first 6 weeks, I did do a round of maintenance, which included a 3-week vacation on a cruise ship where, you've got all that amazing food. But I want to say how easy it was to really just kind of take control of that situation too. So for anybody who is going on vacation, you just need to tell the people where you are. In particular for me, it was being on the cruise ship, and the servers the first night said, are there any dietary restrictions? And I said, well, actually, yes. I really need to eat super clean. So please, no oil, and just grilled meat, vegetables, and fruit. Just steamed vegetables. And they actually brought me special meals every single night, cooked exactly the way I needed them. And I even tried to cheat one night, and one of the guys,
they caught you?
he says, "Oh no, Shannon, you can't have that. It has cream in it."
That's
I was like,
hilarious.
"Okay, well, thank you for being my little good angel on my shoulder."
Were you regretting that you told them? Oh, that's so funny.
I was in the moment, but only for a second. It's all good, and it was all good. And I just thanked him, and I said, "Okay, well, thank you for looking after me." Yeah, so it was good.
Aw, that's
Anyway,
funny. You got
I
some
do.
funny waves and hearts when you said that. Some people could
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny that we're watching. That's hilarious. So, and that's the thing for you, right? Because I mean, you are a very well-known, successful businesswoman and realtor in Victoria. You have a lot of functions. You're
Yeah,
entertaining, you're meeting people from all over the place for dinners, you're going on these trips, you're doing cruises. You went on quite a few trips during our time
yeah,
together. So, you
yeah,
know, that's something that you really had to get your head around is, well,
yeah.
how do I eat well and stay on track? Well,
Yeah,
I'm,
and especially in a social environment, right? Because we
yeah,
do a lot of social things. I did a course last week, and the same thing. I hadn't started the next round, so I was really virtually on maintenance. And I said to the hotel, because of course, same thing. They ask, "Is there any dietary restrictions?" And I got basically, sort of a similar meal, but totally scaled back with just a big salad and
mm-hmm,
some protein and fruit and stuff like that. So it was all good. But it's about, I mean, there has to be a little bit of discipline, obviously, but I
mm-hmm,
think when you feel as good as you do,
mm.
that discipline becomes the norm. It's no longer discipline. It's just now who you are.
That's a really good point. Thanks for sharing that. If
Yeah.
you're, and that's what people feel at the beginning before they start. It's like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know if I can live without whatever food, or I
Yeah.
crave that now, so I'm going to crave it then, or I'll be so hungry or whatever. But once you're in it, you actually, well, first of all, you feel so different and you
Yes.
don't have those same cravings. But you're so motivated by the fact that you're seeing the results so quickly, right? And you have the
Yes.
energy and you're seeing the scale go down every day and you feel so
Yeah.
good. So you don't,
Yeah.
it's less tempting to eat differently because you don't want to feel crappy again, right?
Agreed. Yeah. And honestly, I think by the time I get to where I'm comfortable and, will be on lifetime maintenance, I think the nice thing is that your metabolism is
Mm.
so in tune and reset properly that, if you decide that you are going to have a treat of a dessert or something once in a blue moon,
Mm-hmm.
it's really not going to affect your body the
No.
way it would typically. So that I mean, I am looking forward to that. I'm not doing this thinking that I'm never going to have anything,
No.
like a little piece of cheesecake or something
Mm-mm.
like that. Like I know I'm not fooling myself. I know I wouldn't do that. I
It's
know for my birthday I'm going to have a treat, like that kind of thing.
And you should. And that's not even healthy, I don't think, to always be in that restrictive mode
Yeah.
and mindset where we can't let ourselves live. And food is a celebration, and we should be able to enjoy the whole experience and not feel restricted. But we should be able to eat. So, what we're going to do after the program, going into normal life maintenance, is about 80% of the time, we still want to eat whole foods, healthy foods, clean foods, lots of nutrients. But that 20% of the time, you should be able to have treats, have some wine, go to a restaurant, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't affect your body negatively at all.
Yeah.
And if it is, it's because there's some underlying imbalance there, right? There's something not functioning properly, and your body's hanging on to that weight. And it still blows my mind how now it's so ingrained in my head that, oh my gosh, I ate so bad this week, I'm definitely going to feel it in my clothes, and then I just don't. And it's so weird
Mm-hmm.
because after years and years of my body feeling that effect and fluctuating
Like
so
the
much
bloating
more,
and everything. Yeah.
bloating and just gaining it
Yeah.
back, and so anyway, so we should be able to, once the body's working properly, once we've moved those toxins out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can't eat at McDonald's every day, all day long, but some of the time, and it should be a celebration, and we should be able to enjoy those things, and it
Mm-hmm.
and it just be healthy and part of natural eating, and not affect us.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think, well, like I also get to the point because I did have a few things when we were sort of in our week off the ship in Kona. that my body went, oh, why are you doing that? You should not do that. And I'm getting to the point, I'm sure I will get to the point once I've done, the few rounds that I want to do and get to the point where I want to. It will be nice to actually have something though where it doesn't affect your body to the point where it's rejecting it too. Right.
Right.
But
So
your
your
body
body's
knows.
in detox mode right now. Yeah,
Yes,
that's true.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Which
good
is
point.
great. It feels good detoxing.
Yeah, but no, you should get to the point, and you will, where your body can handle those things much
Mm-hmm.
better, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like, your liver's being rejuvenated, and
Mm-hmm.
like I never could drink coffee before; it would keep me awake because
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah, I remember
caffeine
you
was,
saying that. Yeah.
metabolized later in the day, where
Yeah.
now I can, and wine too. But that's not the
Yeah.
only goal, everyone. But
No,
you can
it's
drink
not the
wine,
only
and your
goal.
liver will handle it much better.
But good to know.
Yeah, it is a little bonus.
Yeah, for sure. But
Cool.
I have to say though, I do find that the program was really easy to follow.
Okay.
And I thought in the very beginning, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm only going to have 2 meals a day because it's been ingrained in my head, you should always have
Mm-hmm.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that kind of thing. And for that matter, I've even had trainers say, well, you should eat 5 times a day, 5 small
Mm-hmm.
meals. So there's so much conflicting information out there that
Yeah.
it is kind of confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was another thing where I went, okay, well, is this for real? But watching, all the videos and everybody else going through these things, I thought, okay, well, these people can't all be wrong. So once I
Mm-hmm.
got into it, it was like, okay, I'm not hungry at breakfast time at this point in time. And I am looking forward to maintenance for my eggs in the morning, but it's so doable for the 6 weeks. I mean, it's 42 days out of your life.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
It's
It's
worth it
nothing
for how
compared to
much you're getting.
totally. Yeah.
But yeah, it does sound at the onset like that's not going to be enough. But even though we're taking out breakfast, and that's because we're
Yes.
intermittent fasting just for the morning,
Yeah.
which has been shown to have a lot of health and healing benefits.
For sure.
Quick weight loss, help the detox process. We are still getting a lot of our nutrient. The point is that we're getting good food and good nutrients in the day. And I know people say you got to have your breakfast, but
Yeah.
there's actually a lot of science behind intermittent fasting in the morning and how that's even more beneficial.
Yes.
But the thing is with this is we're always honoring and listening to the body. So if it wasn't working for us, and if people
Yes.
weren't getting the good results and feeling good, like there would be signs,
Yes.
right? You would have
Yeah.
symptoms. You
Yeah.
would have, a blood sugar crash, or you'd be like super tired and dizzy and not able to concentrate or whatever. But because people are feeling, we're always just listening, and the body tells us, right? So if, because people feel so good, better than they felt in years,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is science behind it too, but we know it's working. That's confirmation. And if
Yeah.
ever it's not, if people are feeling extra hungry, or if there's any symptoms that come up, we honor that and we'll adapt it to
Right.
them to make
Yeah.
sure that their body's being supported where it needs.
Yeah.
Too.
And I think a big part of this, just to add in there, is the fact that not only is the program successful for me personally, but to watch everybody else on the support Facebook page. It is a huge organization that I have to say keeps me going every day, and everybody posting recipes and their successes. I just think it makes us like one big family, and that really, really helps as well. I did want to comment on one other thing, if you don't mind. I wanted to talk about not only was my body full of inflammation, but being at the age I was at, I was having some issues with like hot flashes and stuff like that. And sorry for any of you guys watching, but it is kind of a thing. And a brain fog. I had brain fog where I almost felt like I had dementia or Alzheimer's.
Wow.
And now I'm so clear and sharp again that I just, I'm so grateful. Like you have no idea. And to notice it so much, that's the key for me, right? It's, you kind of, you put your body through all this hell, pardon the language, but really for so many years before you finally go, okay, well now it's time for it to smarten up. And here we go. you don't even know how bad you are until how good you are. And that's what I noticed.
Mm.
That's what I really recognize.
You get
So
used to it and live with it for
yeah,
so long.
and think it's the norm, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
as you're getting
You
older,
got
and
to.
yes, you know, your memory isn't as good as it used to be, and
Yeah,
yada
and you
yada
hear
yada.
people
Well,
say that all the time, and I just
I
feel like
know.
taking them and saying, "Ah, don't
Don't
believe this.
accept it. Yeah,
Don't accept it." That's
exactly.
right. Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
makes me so emotional. I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, I was pretty emotional before my trip, let me tell you, because I had no clothes that fit me. So I literally had to go shopping, and I'm standing in the changing room and I'm putting on this pair of shorts that's like 3 sizes smaller than what I had started out with. And all of a sudden I'm crying as I'm standing in the changing room, and I'm thinking, okay, this is silly. And then I'm thinking, no, it's not. It's a great feeling. Like this is awesome. Yeah.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
that's my non-scale wins for sure, is how good I feel, and just going shopping and going, holy crap, I haven't worn this size for a long time. And I've gotten rid of my whole closet full of my fat clothes.
Yay! I'm so happy. That feels so good. And like we've
It does.
said, it's the health behind it
Yeah.
and the feeling good that's the most important. But why not? You deserve to also
Yeah.
just go shopping and feel good and look amazing and just enjoy us. So amazing.
But still have a ways to go, and really looking forward to the rest of the program. Like this next, you know, I've got another 5 weeks of this round to go, and I'm looking forward to seeing that end result, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
every day is a better day. It's fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
I hear this from people that do a second round of
Yes.
because now it's even more exciting and motivating because you already know it works, right?
Mm.
And you know, like, you're going to get there. Where the first time you're like, oh, is this going to work? Because I've done 100 other programs and it didn't work. So is
Uh-huh.
this one going to be any different? Or they
Yeah.
think, am I really going to be able to stick with it? But now you know you can't, like, you don't have any doubt in your mind, right? That you can
Zero
stick
doubt.
with this
Yeah.
and that it's
Yeah.
not even hard and that you're going to reach the goal.
My
So
goal.
you're just
Absolutely.
like, it's so
Yeah.
much more motivating and exciting, which is huge, right? Because the thought of going on a really dreadful, strict diet isn't really fun for anybody. But not that I call this a diet at all, but that's what I mean, like that mindset. But people in the second round are just usually more excited than the first time around.
Yeah, I have found that too, and I find that really inspiring, actually, because
Mm.
it just shows me how good the benefits were for them for the first round. So they get on to the second round, and they already know how they're gonna do, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I look at, is I know how well I'm gonna do, and I know how well this next 5 weeks is gonna go. Excited for it.
It's huge. It's exciting. And it's in such a short amount of time. Like, it's
Yeah.
condensed to
Yes.
get your body just functioning so well in that amount of time. So it's
Well, and
so
seeing those
exciting.
results in a short period of time, I think, is what really makes this even more successful. And knowing that, you know, you aren't hungry every day, and that your meal is so easy, you know, because you're basically having your protein and your good veggies and your fruit and
Mm-hmm.
all that lovely water. And, you know, I put fruit in my water, which is great. It kind of helps and makes you feel like you're having a drink, right? Other than just water,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get sick of it.
No.
So yeah, I think the one thing that maybe we haven't talked about that would be interesting is because we've talked that we've you know, most of us have tried all these different programs and we gain it, we lose it, and whatever, and then now we've found this detox that it really works. It rejuvenates the system, it increases your metabolism, we lose the weight, we lose those toxins. But going forward, how have you, now that you've done a round and you've done maintenance, what would you say to people that are worried about gaining it back afterwards and it being like one of those frustrating things that it all comes back on, like
Mm-hmm.
other diets or programs?
Well, and I think, really honestly, like with anything, I think once your body is, I mean, it's really a reset, right? Like, I feel like my body has been reset. And
Mm.
that's what I said to you in the very beginning. I feel stuck. Like, I just felt like it didn't matter what I did,
Yeah.
nothing helped. So knowing that, um, knowing that I went on vacation and had, you know, a few things that probably I shouldn't have, I gained a couple of pounds back, but I had that been typical,
Yeah.
I would have gained everything back and then more. Like I gained a couple of
Wow.
pounds and I lost it within the first couple of days that I came back. So I mean, it could have just been the stress of
Salt.
traveling. It could have been the fact that it was hot and humid where we were, lots of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, things that were in foods that I had no control over.
But a
So
couple pounds, yeah, that's,
oh yeah, which is all gone now anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel that maintenance is going to be is a no brainer, and I'm looking forward to doing that. I like for the permanent once I've actually done my round, and I may even do a third round. It depends on how I feel after this one and how I feel after the maintenance. But I don't think maintenance is going to be an issue, and I can't see the weight coming back on because I've learned a lot myself.
Right.
And I think that's a big part of it. And I think stress in our lives has a big part in it. And I think learning to manage the stress part of it helps manage, emotional eating and all that kind of stuff that we do and all the self-sabotage. So I'm not, my mindset is different. So I think that helps, right?
Yes.
But I think once your body knows what it's supposed to do, it does what it's supposed to do. And I think that's what will make keeping the weight off easy.
Yeah. Well, everything's functioning properly again. Your body, right? And it's your metabolism is double, and yeah,
it is,
and
really.
it's just working properly again. And so it's not, and we haven't stressed it out. Where when people go on diets or fads or any restrictive way of eating, the body automatically slows everything down and it will hang on to those fat stores, right? We haven't stressed your body out. The opposite, we've de-stressed our body. So it's not hanging on to those stores or wanting to gain it back.
Well, and how about just the idea of going on a diet, right? Because I don't really call this a diet. For me, this is now, it's a detox and it's a metabolism reset.
Yep.
And once I'm on maintenance, to me, that's just going to be life. And I'm good with that. But I think when we say diet, the first thing for me was, I can do anything for a week or two. And then when I'm hungry or I'm, or I smell that popcorn that somebody's just made in my house, it's like, I can have that. That's no problem. And then you just go off track because you're on a diet, right? And I think once you get your metabolism to the point where it's just working properly, those things just fit into your life when you want them to. And I think it'll be I think it's a no-brainer myself.
Yeah. Well, that's what causes us to binge eat is deprivation. That's the number one cause. So anytime we deprive ourselves, it's going to cause us to binge later. So we don't want to do that. We want to honor the body. Yes, detox it, getting working properly again, and then honor the body by eating whole, rich foods most of the time and enjoying the eating process and honoring it and being a celebration. And then it's not this war against us and our body and trying to always fight it.
Well, and I think taking the time, like I think days have gone by, unfortunately, where we used to all sit and have family meals, where you sit at the table and you actually chat with everybody and you're not talking about your work and you're not,
on your
you're
phone.
Not working. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I'm working while I'm eating. Like
you have told me, and I always get mad at you. I do know. But you're getting better. You just told me that you listen to music now sometimes when you're eating. I was so happy.
Me too.
That's good.
And I find it actually does make a difference. Like I feel better after I've had my meal and I go, okay, well, there's something to this.
There's a lot to it. Yeah. That's another video, but
it is another
that's
video.
good. And we have to live life, right? So we have to just do what we can and make improvements. But anyway, you've done amazing. So 27 pounds in the first round. You're already down 4 or 5 more, I think, just now since you started the second round. But that's going to go up to probably another 27 for this round.
Yep.
And
that's my goal.
It's just incredible, but all the health benefits. You're not feeling stuck anymore. You're feeling excited, full of hope and inspiration. It's amazing how much you have learned through the process. Like you're just a new person. So excited. So was there anything else? Anything else you would want to share that we haven't covered that you thought of, or anything else you want people to know?
Yeah, I think I've kind of covered it. I think for me, it was sort of more the health benefits in the long run that really was the key. And, you know, it is nice to be able to go to the store and buy clothes that are smaller and, you know, not too many because I still have a ways to
Oh
go,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think just knowing how I feel, is what will perpetuate the next round to, you know, over the moon. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that. That's so amazing. And thanks so much for opening up and sharing this with other people to inspire them.
Oh, well, thanks
You're
for asking, Carrie.
just,
No problem.
oh, you're
I'm
just
happy to
incredible.
share because I feel so good.
That's really nice to hear. And that's authentic. Like that to me is what matters more, right? You just,
Yeah.
when you feel good, you naturally want everyone to know about it. And
Yes.
people need to know about it and they deserve to because there's so
Yeah.
many people that are frustrated right now with things not
Mm-hmm.
working, programs not working, or they want to do something, but they don't know what. And it's
Mm-hmm.
got to stop,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. Well, I
awesome.
highly endorse for sure.
Oh, that's so good. I appreciate that. All
Yeah.
right, we'll let you go. I
Thanks,
know you
Carrie.
have a busy day as well, but
I
we'll be
do.
talking to you very, very soon. Thanks again so much.
Thanks, Carrie. Take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.